Bienvenidos a Sobre Nuestro Macabro Podcast. Yo soy Dee.
Yo soy Ali.
Y hoy Ali les contará de un caso que sucedió en Edna, Texas.
Jacqueline Medina is a heartbroken mother mourning the loss of her child. Another mother fighting for justice. Another parent who should not be burying and saying goodbye to their child. This is a tragic case of Lizbeth Medina. Advertencia: la información de este caso puede ser desencadenante para algunos. Tenga en cuenta que algunos de estos casos pueden involucrar menores de edad, abuso, violación o violencia. Escuchen con precaución.
Warning: the information on this case can be triggering to some. Please be advised that some of these cases may involve children, abuse, rape, and violence. Listen with caution.
I wanted to protect her from the world. And I'm just enraged that I couldn't protect her in her own home.
Yo le gritaba, Liz, por favor, Liz, ¿por qué? Porque yo en ese momento yo pensé lo peor, yo pensé ella se hizo daño. Yo no pensé que alguien le había hecho daño. Me la mató sin compasión. Yo necesito que pague.
She loved being here. She loved this community. I saw her at Thanksgiving, and she told me, "Yeah, I love Edna. It's so fun. I love the high school. I have a lot of friends." She was just such a loving, caring person. We are just shocked with how much Edna loved her.
Lizbeth Medina was a 16-year-old girl attending Edna High School. She was a cheerleader and enjoyed bringing joy to others. Lizbeth quería ir al colegio para convertirse en enfermera. Su madre, Jacqueline Medina, describe a su hija como una persona con un gran sentido del humor, cariñosa y de gran corazón. Jacqueline y Lizbeth se mudaron a Edna 1 año y medio antes del trágico crimen. Jacqueline compartió que ella y Lizbeth tenían una muy buena relación y pasaban mucho tiempo juntos. They were each other's best friends. In an interview, Jacqueline stated, quote, "It was just her and I against the world, and they took her from me." The morning of December 5th, 2023, Jacqueline left early in the morning to work, and Lizbeth would leave to school right after. This was a routine. Nothing that happened that morning was out of the ordinary. Lizbeth was going to participate that evening in the town's Christmas event with her cheer squad. Therefore, Jacqueline, her mom, was going to head to the event right after work. She said goodbye to her daughter, not knowing that this was going to be the last time she would see her. Jacqueline llega al evento y no ve a su hija. Le parece extraño porque su hija estaba bien emocionada por el evento, y esto no era comportamiento de ella. Jacqueline le llamó y le envió mensajes a Lizbeth, pero ella no le contestaba. Jacqueline le preguntó a las amigas de Lizbeth si la habían visto, y le dijeron que no. Pero no solo eso, también le dijeron a Jacqueline que Lizbeth no había ido a la escuela. So as you can imagine, this
it becomes too worrisome. Worrisome.
Yeah.
She
was
it
already
becomes
worried.
Something unusual. Yeah.
She was already worried, and then hearing this was like, this is not like my daughter. Entonces, Jacqueline, al enterarse de esto, ella regresa a su casa con la esperanza de que Lizbeth estuviera ahí. Jacqueline entra a la habitación de su hija, le empieza a llamar por su nombre. Nada, no response. Jacqueline se va a su cuarto de ella también y nada, no hay rastro de su hija.
Okay.
Luego entra al baño y por la esquina de la tina ella ve el pie de Lizbeth.
What?
Yeah. It's like, when you're like laying down and like your feet are like on the corner of
Yeah.
the tub. So she
Yeah.
sees her daughter's foot in the corner of the tub. Pero no
What?
puede ver bien porque hay una cortina tapando la
Okay.
tina.
The top, yeah.
Ujú. So, entonces, ella cuando mira el pie de su hija, pues se arrima, ¿verdad?
Mhm.
Me imagino pensando,
She's probably taking a bath or
bañándose,
something.
dormida, no sabemos.
Yeah.
Ella abre la cortina y ve sangre y el cuerpo de su hija sin vida.
My God.
Jacqueline le empieza a decir a su hija, la abraza, la agarra y le dice, ¿por qué, Liz? ¿Por qué? Porque en ese momento Jacqueline pensó que Lizbeth se había hecho daño.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Jacqueline dice que ella se volvió loca, que entró en estado de shock. Ella se dio cuenta en ese momento que ya había perdido a su hija.
Yeah.
Everyone was devastated. Nobody could believe what had happened. They couldn't think of anyone capable of harming Lizbeth. The forensic report stated that Lizbeth was hit on the head with a heavy object and was stabbed in her stomach.
Oh, wow.
This was now considered a homicide. The authorities immediately jumped on the case. The family in all the reports have been very grateful with the authorities, the Edna authorities in the community, because they've said they've been there to support us. They've been on, they moved quickly. So they're very thankful for all the support that they've been receiving from everyone. At first, they believed that Lizbeth probably knew her attacker because there was no forced entry.
Okay.
They then find a surveillance video and they notice a strange man. I'm assuming he became a person of interest porque nadie lo había visto. He wasn't someone from the community that lived there.
Okay.
They saw him in the parking lot the night before the attack. So they saw him in the apartment complex parking lot on the 4th of December. He became a person of interest. They take a screenshot of this person and the car that he was driving, and they share it to the media in hopes that someone would recognize him. Yeah. He was wearing a black Volcom sweatshirt and was seen driving a silver Ford Taurus and a model between 2010 to 2018. On Thursday, December 7th, the Edna High School football team had a playoff game and invited the family as they wanted to honor Lizbeth. Everyone was seen wearing purple because that was her favorite color. And on the sideline, they placed the megaphone that she would use for cheer, her shoes, and pictures of her with the squad and the football team. I cannot imagine what the family, if you guys see the videos, it's so heartbreaking just seeing them there and going through, they were mourning the loss, and her mom just traumatized with what she had seen, and finding the courage to be there to support her daughter and to get her name out there, and it's so hard.
Yeah.
Just seeing her mom and her aunts and her friends, it's devastating. According to ABC 13, neither the authorities nor the family could find Lizbeth's phone. So for the next few days after the murder, Lizbeth's cousin, boyfriend, and friends informed the authorities that someone had opened messages they had sent to Lizbeth on Snapchat. Someone had her phone.
Yeah.
And apparently this person responded to a few messages.
What?
Yeah. They haven't said what was said in the messages, but yeah, this person was opening these messages and it is said that they did respond. The authorities,
How horrible.
I know. This person knew what they did and they still...
Yeah, they still were trying to, had the audacity to use her phone and, like, be very cruel. Like, the family is mourning and the family and friends, it's horrible.
The authorities were able to obtain data, information from her cell phone, and it sent them to a city of Schulenburg, which is about an hour away from Edna. When they arrived at the property, they found the car that was seen in the surveillance camera. And in the home, they were able to identify the man that was on the surveillance camera.
Okay.
Rafael Govea. Oh, and this happened that weekend. So her crime, she was murdered on Tuesday, and this person was caught that weekend.
Oh, wow.
They moved quickly.
Really fast.
Yeah. Rafael Govea Romero, de 24 años, fue detenido. Las autoridades descubrieron artículos que pertenecían a Jacqueline y Lizbeth en el auto de Rafael.
Wow, okay.
Una vez bajo custodia, Rafael confesó de haber matado a Lizbeth. He confessed.
Okay.
Yeah. But he didn't say why.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, he didn't. He never shared his reasons for doing this yet. La familia de Lizbeth no reconoció a Rafael. Compartieron que nunca lo habían visto ni oído hablar de él. At the time of the arrest, Rafael was actually on probation for a burglary he committed in Schulenburg in 2022.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jacqueline's mother then remembered that a month before her daughter was murdered, the family had made a report for burglary as they noticed items from their home had gone missing. And no one in the family had taken them. So they made this report, but nothing came out of it. There was no one home when this happened. So it was like, okay, but now that this comes up and they, because of his history, the authorities believe that Rafael is actually linked to that burglary that happened in the family's home the month before. It was also suspected that Rafael, based on the interview, on the interrogation, had actually been stalking Lizbeth up until the day he murdered her. Jacqueline wondered if burglary was the motive again this time. But unfortunately, this time Lizbeth was home.
Like, for me, it's still unclear on, like... So, like, for me, it's like, okay, you know how she didn't end up going to school? Do you know if it's because Lizbeth was home that whole day and then that's when the murder happened? Or...
Well, I saw in another article that she was still wearing her pajamas when they found her.
Okay, so she didn't even get to, like, leave.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So they haven't really released the time frame of when the actual crime, when the murder happened.
Like the timeline of what happened.
So it could have been early in the morning, like right after her mom left, because we don't know what time. They haven't stated what time the mom would leave to work.
Yeah.
So we don't have like a time frame, but it's just, as everybody was like, as mom started, making these connections, and you start thinking, was he stalking her? Did he know, like, did he follow the family, and did he expect for them to be gone and she hadn't left yet, and then he tried getting in and saw her there? Or was he actually planning on hurting her this whole time?
Yeah.
So we don't know yet. These are just assumptions.
They're like assumptions, yeah. Especially because, like, if he broke in, let's say if he, like, there's a lot of theories, but if he did break in, how does that play a part? Because if there was no struggle or anything, like, how did she end up in the bathtub? There was no evidence on, like, anything else that, may have thrown the case around. Like, it's interesting, the fact that a lot of things are still up in the air and they're still theories.
Yeah. And I mean, and if he had done this before, if he had a history of this, he probably knew of ways to get into a home without breaking a lock.
Caught,
yeah. En una entrevista, Jacqueline dijo lo siguiente: no sé si sufrió, si gritaba mi nombre, no sé nada, es lo que me mata. Es tan desbatador imaginar lo que sintió esta madre cuando encontró a su hija, sabiendo que no pudo hacer más. De hecho, in that statement that I just said right now that she made, ella se está culpando a ella misma de que no pudo estar ahí para proteger a su hija. Esta es una forma de culpa que ningún padre debería de cargar, porque no es culpa de la madre.
No, it's not. It's the person that committed the crime.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have an idea that was going to happen. You didn't know that she was going to get murdered that day. If it wasn't that day, it could have been like a week from then or like a month from then. Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
And the fact that this person just, did something so cruel and so senseless, it's even more agonizing. And it feels horrible to like come across like the family blames themselves for such things that they didn't do.
Mm-hmm. And also to add to this, I'm not gonna read the comments, but people on the internet went against the mom.
What?
Yeah. Saying that they should look into her, that she doesn't look like a grieving mother, that she wasn't crying enough in the interviews. And I was like, that pissed me off, because I'm like, grief looks very different in people.
Yeah.
And you don't know how this mom has been behind cameras. She's trying to get in front of a camera to,
to voice her like what's going on, to like for her daughter, or for like any evidence on what happened to her daughter. Like, she has a right to look strong in front of people, but if she breaks down behind closed doors, that's her own grief. Like, she doesn't have to like do a spectacle on like how she feels. It's horrible.
It is. And based on interviews that her sister, Jacqueline's sister, has made, sabemos que ellas vieron estos comentarios.
Yeah.
They have come across these comments. Rafael's bond was set to $2 million. But if he were to pay it, ICE would detain him as he is undocumented with an expired visa.
Wow.
Telemundo Noticias le preguntó al padre de Rafael si él tenía algo que decirle a la familia, a lo cual el señor contestó que lo sentía mucho. And he didn't want to make further comments.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking because it's not the father's fault for what his son did,
Yeah, because they asked him in that interview si él notó algo raro en su hijo, y el señor dijo que no.
Yeah. We don't know what's going on in their head. Sadly, we can all be blamed for a child's behavior.
Rafael's arraignment, which is a formal reading of his charges, was scheduled in March of 2024, but he waived his right to appear. But his attorney was present. Rafael was indicted for capital murder, but pleaded not guilty in his arraignment. Because he pleaded not guilty, there will most likely be preliminary trials before it even goes to an actual trial. I guess he did this to receive either more time to build his defense or maybe to even accept a plea deal. But honestly, with the evidence they have against him and him confessing to the crime the day he was detained, I don't see his sentencing being lowered. But again, it can happen as we've seen it happen before.
Yeah. But it prolongs the case so long.
It does, yeah.
Where the family has to wait a year, 2 years, depending on the justice system, how long they take to resolve the case. And that's just, it's unfair.
It is.
I wanted to see his face for the first time. I wanted him to see me, and realize that, mommy's here. Lizzo's mommy's here, and she's gonna fight until I get justice.
But you didn't get that chance today.
I didn't get that chance today. He didn't show up.
But you'll be back.
Oh yes, definitely I will be back. I won't be backing off.
And I know she's probably watching over you right now. What would you say to her?
That I love her. And that mom was gonna do everything to bring her justice. And I would tell her that I wish I could hug her once more.
Rafael may be behind bars right now, but that doesn't mean justice has been served. Lizbeth's family will continue to fight for her. They will not stop until this individual gets what he deserves. Él le quitó la vida a una persona, a una jovencita que aún le quedaba mucho por vivir. Le arrebató a una madre lo que más amaba. Este fue el trágico asesinato de Lizbeth Medina. Nuestros corazones están con la familia y con los amigos de Lizbeth. Ojalá obtengan justicia. Lizbeth no merecía de morir de esta manera. Ella debería de seguir con nosotros.
Solo quiero darles el mensaje de que cuiden a sus niños, que el mundo ya no es lo que es. Si pueden tener cámaras en sus casas, ténganlas, vayan con sus hijos, no los dejen solos en ningún lugar, porque en el lugar son seguros, ni en las escuelas, lamentablemente, ni en su casa. Siempre hay alguien viéndolos, buscándolos. Siempre hay alguien malo en este mundo. No estamos a salvo en ningún lugar. Yo estaré con mi hermana, pelearé por ella y mantendré la memoria de mi niña limpia y como es, porque era una niña ejemplar, una niña que tenía muchos sueños, una niña llena de amor. Y yo creo que eso nos da un poco de paz, porque hay muchas personas que no tienen eso, que les matan a sus hijos y no saben ni quién fue. Nosotros ya tenemos a esa persona porque esta persona se equivocó. No hizo él pensó que él se iba a salir con la suya, pero mi niña era un ángel y no se iba a salir con la suya.
I'm lost for words. I don't know where to begin. I just know a mother should never go through what I went through and how I seen my baby. I won't have peace within my heart or my mind until those people or whoever did it is put away.
Again, that was the case for this week. Our hearts go out to Lizbeth and all her family, and truly hope that justice is served. With any of the updates that we have regarding this case, or final sentencing or anything, we will try our best to update on our social media platforms, as well as maybe doing an update on the case. But until then, we will pass the mic to you guys. What do you guys think about this case? What are your thoughts on it? You can leave any comments, any suggestions in our social media platforms. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, on Twitter or X as it's known now, and on, am I forgetting something? On Threads, yeah, Threads. You can find us at @SVSM_podcast, or on our Facebook as Sobrante Macabro Podcast. You can also stream the video portion of this audio on YouTube. So if you want to see our faces, you can see us on YouTube. You can just type in Sones Macabro Podcast or SVSM_podcast. It should pop up. If not, it's down in the description below. And yeah, we just want to open the mic to you guys. We want to know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on this case? If you've heard of this case before, if you want to, go further into research on this case, we want to know more. If you have anything regarding this case too, we would also accept that. But yeah, we want to hear from you guys. So if you guys, want to talk about it, comment on it, we're here for you guys. Just leave us a DM, a comment, and we will reply as fastly as we can. And if you want to listen to the rest of the 114,
yes,
14 episodes, you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you stream podcasts. And you can just type in Sones Macabro Podcast or SVSM Podcast, and you can find all of our episodes there, our whole catalog, and you can stream it there. But yeah, let us know. We usually leave a ask box on our Spotify where you can leave your comments on there, and we will pin it to the episode so other people can see it and comment on it. But yeah, we are more than happy to hear what you guys think, and we would really appreciate it. Also, if you can leave a review and a review star or comment or whatever, that would be great. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But you can leave a review there. It'll help us a lot. It will push us up on the streaming section of the streaming services, and it'll give us a little bit of a bigger platform so we can share more of these stories and have more people engage with these stories and hear them, and hopefully find some sort of comfort in knowing that there's people out there that can help, or if they want their case to be heard more, we can receive more information from other people. We really have this podcast for you guys. We want to share stories based on people of color and have our voice be heard. So if you have any suggestions as well, our platforms are open, so you could just leave us a DM with cases that you want us to cover, and we will do that. But as of now, that is all for this week. I don't know, what is there anything else that we need to talk about? Any updates? No. Okay. It is 4th of July weekend in the United States, so most of the people that are in the US have today off, basically today, and they're celebrating 4th of July. Make sure to eat a lot of watermelon, stay hydrated, get some hot dogs in you. I don't know what people usually do. I usually just spend it inside trying to comfort my dogs because they're going to be barking like crazy. So please take care of your doggies, keep them inside, have the AC going, put out some loud music, comfort them as much as you can.
Start dancing to distract them.
Oh my god, yes. I technically just put really loud, calming music, and that helps for most of the time. But if not, try to do everything you can to keep them distracted. Please bring those babies inside, because tomorrow is going to be horrible. So please take care of your animals.
I bought Leo the little ears. Remember
the little earmuffs?
Yeah.
Also, if you can hear, the pugs are snoring. They're sitting right next to me. The fireworks literally stopped when we were halfway through the episode, so now they're snoring. But you were saying, sorry?
Oh no, I said I bought him the ones that you had sent me.
Yeah. Have you tried them on him?
I tried it once, and he kind of he squirmed, and he was like, "What is this?" He tried taking it off, but we left it on for a few minutes, and he was okay. So we'll see tomorrow.
I am hoping those little earmuffs help him, because Leo just goes and hides in the closet. So I really, really, really hope that those little earmuffs work for him. I found them on TikTok, and people are using it this year for their dogs. So I truly, truly hope they help.
I know.
But again, Yeah, thank you. But keep those doggies inside, keep those cats inside. Be very, very cautious with them, because when they get scared, they could either run into a closet, a bathroom, or they could run away. So please, 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 please be careful with them.
Yeah.
And with that said, I think that's it, right?
It.
We don't have anything else.
That is it.
Yeah, that is it for now.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated, stay safe, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Adios.
Then. See you later.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay spooky.
Quédate spooky. I added extra sauce on that one.
I know. I could tell. You're becoming very saucy with it. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.